If you guys want to get into entrepreneurship and leave your 9-to-5 job, today I have a video that is specifically for you. You see, in 2017, I actually quit my 9-to-5 job in car sales that was making me 100 grand a year to start my real estate investing business and go all out, go full time. You know, the reason why I quit was I wanted to have more time for myself and for my family. I wanted to be able to attend more, church gathering events. And I ultimately just wanted more like freedom and flexibility over my finances. You see, at the dealership, even though it was sales and we could definitely generate more income, I felt like I didn't have control over the distribution of funds. In sales, when you make a $5,000 profit, you're only guaranteed your percentage of commissions, 15 or 20% or whatever that is. The remainder, you have no control over. I wanted to be able to have control over that other amount that I was producing, for the company. And so the only way to be able to do that is to own your own company. So today I want to share with you 4 different things you should do before you quit your job to start your entrepreneurial journey. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action. I'm a full-time real estate investor here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And here on this This Is Me Taking Action YouTube channel, we talk about how to make as much money as you want during a 30-day period of time while you cherry pick the very best real estate deals for yourself. So no matter if you want to make quick checks and you don't have any credit, we show you how to do that. No matter if you want to show you how to make passive income so that way you can, free yourself up from time, or whether you want to, make big boy checks, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 checks, a couple times a year. We show you how to do that right here on the channel. So go ahead and subscribe and like this so you can start seeing videos like this in your feed more. Now, the first thing that I did when I figured, hey, I want to quit my job, I did not quit just that day. See, there has to be like a plan and a strategy that you're going to go out and implement. I mean, really, this whole world is just you as an animal, and you're out here trying to devour what you want to eat. We used to say that at the dealership all the time. You eat what you kill. And so that means that you have to have a plan. You have to have a hunting strategy. You have to always be aware, And so the first thing that I did was I started testing out the waters, like figuring out what I really want to do. So I remember doing a little bit of roofing sales, and I did a little bit of real estate. I also did a little bit of trucking as well. I still run my trucking company. And so me dibbling and dabbling in those things made me kind of choose my way. Now, I still have my trucking company because I bought a whole truck, and it just works out. But I didn't necessarily want to go all in on that. The roofing sales, I made decent money with it, but I don't like going up on roofs. Turns out I'm afraid of heights. But the real estate thing, I don't have to get my hands dirty. I have the ability to make money from my computer, or whether I'm on vacation or whether I'm at home, and I get a chance to make something old look new if I want to. So I liked that, and it kind of gave me a little cheer. So real estate is what I stuck with. So you need to start and test out different ventures to figure out what you actually want to do. See, your 9-to-5 job, don't see it as a bad thing. Yeah, you might not like your boss, you might not like that you have to clock in and listen to other people, but realistically, your 9-to-5 job is gonna they're gonna be your #1 investor for all those new things that you have to do. See, like literally you clock in, you get paid, you use that money to do something that you want to do, you try it out. You know what I'm saying? You use that money to buy a camera, you use that money to start some marketing, whatever that is. And when you figure out what that is, once you have that first proof of concept, right? You bought your first, truck, or you bought your first house, or you got that first wholesale check. Now you got the proof of concept. See, when you start this venture, don't just do one deal or make one opportunity. Continue to go after that thing. I did like real estate investing. You want to be out here with daddy? So once you've gotten that first check, that first proof of concept, you need to continuously do it over and over again. Go ahead and set up your LLC, buy some kind of CRM or software to manage all of the leads that you're getting in and your sales that you're getting in, and at least have 1 full year with getting multiple or several checks in that particular thing. Now, that's step number 1. Step number 2 is look at your finances, okay? See what are some of those debts that you could take out. Me personally, I've always liked nicer cars. I've always had a car payment. And for me, I had, man, Lord, I love this car. I had the Honda Accord, black on black, EXL V6, the leather with the sunroof, the heated and cool seat. I love that car. I had put springs on it, put the 22-inch rims on it, the BBSs. Oh my gosh. That car was like, I loved it. It was my street performance car, but it was like daddy style. I love that car. But for me, I knew I had to get rid of my car debt. So I got rid of my, my car that I owed $30,000 on, and I traded it in for an Acura MDX and put a little money down on it. And I think I ended up with a car debt with the MDX of like $7,000. So my monthly payment went from, $600 to $200. I think it was like $280, And of course my goal was to pay the MDX off as quick as possible. All right. So, you're going to have to look at these things, like, hey, which credit cards can I pay down? You're going to have to look at your personal finances and try to get them down, as quick and fast as possible. Even our daycare bill at the time, I was paying, I think it was $800 a month for daycare, but we were looking around for schools for Amina to transition in. So it wasn't time for kindergarten, but turns out Vandalia Christian School, even though it was a private school, for their K-5, their preschool class, it was only $475. So it's like, great. So you have to look at those monthly expenses, and you have to figure out what you can cut down or cut back on. So that way you can figure out where you're going to be safer on. Because realistically, if you go into it, as a full-time entrepreneur and your expenses are $5,000 a month, of course, it's going to be harder for you than if your expenses might be $2,500 a month. I'm not saying that this is something that you absolutely have to do. Some people go into it with their monthly expenses being $10,000 and they're just fine. They say that's their motivation. It might be, but I'm just telling you that this is one thing that I did. Number 3 is look at your 401k and plan for an exit for your 401k. See, most of the time 401ks are specific towards that job. So I remember at Food Lion, I worked there in high school, but they had an automatic distribution for a 401k. And I knew that there was a certain amount of money that came out of my check into a 401k, but I didn't think about it until 3 years after I quit there. But turns out that if you don't transfer that money, then it just automatically went somewhere, not to me. And of course, when I found it out, I called, they said it had already been dispersed to whoever. So you want to look at your 401k and figure out an exit plan. There are several, IRA companies or 401k companies that you can plan to transfer that money to before you quit or right after you quit. So that way you can, have your money that you've, strategically saved up. And realistically, in the entrepreneur world, you might see it beneficial to withdraw this money or use that money for an investment, because in the business world, businesses make more quicker than your 401k and your IRA. Okay. And then lastly is you need to actually write down what your next 24 months is going to look like. Are you going to quit at month number 6, 12, 18? You're going to quit at month number 24? Go ahead and write out your 24-month plan. Okay. So what I found out is that whenever I write out my plan like that, or I write out my letter, or I come up with my goals, I'm almost writing out my future. God sees what I'm trying to do. My mind says, oh, let's get you to do this. And things start to align in that direction. When I don't have a plan, when I don't have a goal, life just kind of takes me where it wants to take me. And now I'm just reacting versus moving in the direction that I want to go in. These are just 4 different things that I did as I planned on moving past my job. If you guys want to learn how I actually quit my 9-to-5 using real estate profits, then you guys can watch this video right here so you guys can see how I make $100,000 a month doing it. Peace, y'all.